What's good, you guys? It's your boy Jay Freshman back with another beat making video. You can see I got Omnisphere pulled up. I'm gonna also go to the end game drum kit to get the all scale kit, and like I said, link below. You could get that. Pretty much, I'm just gonna pick out a scale or a key. I'm gonna go with E major this time. Going to Omnisphere. I'm gonna start out with the Mozart keys. So, if you watch the other video, you pretty much know, like, I like to put together my chords first just to get that, vibe going. So this time I'm gonna start off with E. Now I'm gonna go to the 6. And then I'm gonna go to the 2. So like I said, if you don't know what I mean by 6 and 2, just watch the other video. But long story short, each key inside the scale could play its own chord. And if you go back 2, you will know that this will be 6, that will be 7, and that will be 8. But 8 meaning just the E, just the root note pretty much. And now I'm about to use the second key, which is G sharp. But I'm gonna bring it down because remember, when you want to play something like sad or something, it's going to go down instead of going up. Just kind of think about your mood is up, you're happy. If your mood is down, you're sad or whatever. So it goes from the root note to the 6 to the 2, and then I'm gonna go to the 5 to take it back home to the root note. So off the back, I already know the 5th of E will be B. Boom, which is B major. So now we could just get the bass notes. All right, so as you can see, that goes together, but we're gonna make it sound a lot better. And what we're gonna do is probably add the 7th. Actually, I did this whole E major wrong. Yeah, because the 5th is always supposed to be a B if it's with E. So the 7th will actually be D sharp. But we might do a 6. We're gonna do a 6. I can tell that's going to sound good. It's just that not with this sound. Remember, sound selection is very important. Don't be afraid to like switch out your sounds. I'm gonna make this a suspended chord. Maybe suspended 4th. And then I'm gonna put the 7 right here so it can match right here. It's called tension. And then I'll probably make this second suspended. I'm probably saying that wrong, but. And that sounds ill. Now we just gonna do a little inversions, boom. And then always make the like middle one. As you can see, from 1 to 5, 3 will be the middle. That's not a rule. That's just like, something I just kind of came up with that just sounds good. And then now from here, if you think this is too basic every time you make a beat, just switch up the rhythm. So I could go like, dun, dun. So I can make this chord come in sooner. So right here, I could put like a melody right there. So I'll just fill those gaps in with melodies. So. Yeah. Put Alt and L. Okay, so remember, since these are like kind of offset, that's why I did what it did. So you just want to select the other ones and then make sure you select this one so that it could go like this. Boom. And then you could just kind of use this tool to cut out the excess. And then copy and paste. And then for this part, you could just mess with it, throw an upper note right here. Upper note. Fuck am I talking about? So boom. Now that we got the chords, we could take this out, and now we could just kind of play around with the sound. All right, so we're gonna go with this sound. All right, so now that we got that, let me pick out a sound for the melody. I'm just gonna go back to the Mozart keys. Like I said, it's just good to start off with like one kind of tone, and then you could switch it up later on. So we got the chords. Now, like I said in the other video, the top notes will really be your the keys that will really work. So E, F sharp, and G sharp. So you really got like 3 notes at the top. So let me find them on my keyboard. The less notes make it a lot easier because then you could just come up with rhythms faster. So I might just go like, da, da, da. That's the beginning. Also, what you could do is go into the playlist, right? Kind of like how I did in the other video, arranging your song. But we're going to do this for the melody as well. This just makes everything flow together. So what we want to do is still copy over the notes as our guideline. Put it right here. Put the second pattern right here. So now I'm hearing this being the first note, F sharp being the first note. So boom. You got an ill melody right there. Switch up the sound. So you could see that the ARP is really taking over a lot of frequencies. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out what frequencies that it is taking over. I actually like it's. It sounds like a guitar. I don't know. To me, it sounds like a guitar. It's actually keys, but I like how that sounds. We just gonna layer that. I like this because you can't really hear it. It's gonna be more of a texture. So let's just hear it by itself. Yeah, see, it's just a texture to that sound. And that's what layering is about too. Like you could layer like different sounds for 2 reasons, where it's like you want the other one to stand out or you want the other one to blend. And in this one, I'm gonna blend it, and that's what I consider texture. So now Let's get some drums. I actually like this bass. Like, see, that's why I said it is so good where you could just start off with the like anticipation, because then your mind is gets going like from there. As you can see, it has a little delay. What we're gonna do is bring it closer. Maybe even take off the bass. I mean, take off the kick. But we're gonna leave it like that. Let me see how it hits. Make sure you cut it. And then you could cut it up here as well, just to make it a perfect cut. All right. And then that also controls the duration. See, that's the whole thing. And I don't want that end part. All right, so they say that it's in C sharp. Let's just double check. Always good to double check. All right, so it's in C sharp. And we're just gonna take from the bass notes. So let's copy this into the third pattern. And let's begin. So even though I start on F, we have two choices. We can start on F sharp or E. The melody started on F sharp, but we're gonna try E. Stretch these notes. See, this one could be simple. I don't have to go too crazy. I can already tell. But see, like I said, I don't like that that elongated part, so maybe spread it into 3 or 2. Let me see how. All right, 3 it is, but I still feel like 3 is too much, so let me just go up 1 really. Kind of come up with some melodies in your head. Alright, so I do want this to be bouncy, so I'm gonna add some more notes. Get a bag, yeah. I've been rolling on a bag, yeah. What's up with this, man? Try to configure that part. All right. It's pretty much the same as this first part. Yeah, check it back, yeah. So now we got that. Octaves. Ooh. And all you have to do is octaves and fifths when it comes to bass. That's like a real good key. And then just even bring this up an octave. That's so nice, man. Like I'm telling you, this strategy where you just working from your chords and then anticipating it and going into your beat, trust, you're finna make something crazy. Moving on to the kicks and the snares. I can tell that one is gonna work because it's just punchy, yo. You just want something punch. All right, we're gonna start off with another pattern, and then we're just gonna use this just to guide us. All right. We're gonna loop that, but also I'm gonna throw in the hi-hat so we could just get the vibe going right off the bat. I'm just gonna copy the bass and layer it on the kicks. It's a good guideline just to do this if you're having a hard time figuring out how you want your kicks to go, or you forgot where your 808s are landing. And then we're gonna bring this to C. Yeah. And then the other part we can switch it up. All right, let's just bring in that hi-hat. We can definitely switch the hi-hats. All right, so let's get some hi-hat rolls going. For the hi-hats, so a little trick is that do the hi-hat rolls on the beginning of your kicks. Like this is the beginning and then the second beginning, which is like over here, or on your snares, or like before and after your snares. Those are just good parts. You can put your hi-hats anywhere, but those are just guidelines. So that sounds good. Now let's see if we could like enhance the hi-hat rolls. So instead of this being 3, let's see if we do a lot more than 3. Let's say we went like that. All right, so obviously then the next thing you want to do is also pan your hi-hats. At least pan the rolls. You see I have the first one going down, this one going up at this part. And then I guess with the triplets, if you want a guideline, make it go like this. You can start off going to the right, then to the left, then to the right again. This one, I'm just gonna go like this. This one, I'm gonna go like that. And then the opposite. Get a yeah, that shit hard. I'm gonna get some open hats. I like these open hats a lot. That one is just nice, soft. Get I'm just dropping them on a hi-hat rolls to just have that nice kind of sound when I do that. Get a change the note of that open hat because it just sounds kind of off. And pan it a little to the left. And then I'm gonna also offset it. And I'm offset the bass a little too. Now that we got the kicks in. All a person gotta do after this is, you already know. So we go to time, stretch it so that it can fit into that bar. And then go to stretch. Maybe want it even longer, but for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna leave it right there. Let's offset that melody. So the chorus is about to end. We're gonna drop out the melody. When it comes to arranging the verse, you just want to make it a roller coaster. So first you want to start off like subtle and then build it up and then bring it down. So you see how it's going to drop. All right, we at the high point and then we're just going to drop like, yeah. In my bag, yeah. Shorty in my bag, yeah. In my bag, she mad, yeah. On my bag, yeah. Got a bad bitch, yeah. I'm on a pop in a bitch, I ain't gon' stop to no snitch. Why don't I'm mopping a bitch? You know that I'm mopping this bitch. Fucking I'm popping this bitch, yeah. I'm popping and mopping this bitch, yeah. You know that I'm rocking this bitch, yeah. You know that I'm popping this bitch, yeah. And there you go, you guys. Another beat made. Like and subscribe if you like this, and share with your other producer friends that may find this helpful.